evening and welcome to Welsh Ryan Arena for tonight's Big Ten matchup featuring the visiting Illinois Fighting Illini and the Northwestern Wildcats. A jamming place here at Welsh Ryan Arena, and we'll kick things off at the 133 bout. Jamie, jam-packed Welsh Ryan Arena to kick things off as we are underway for primetime wrestling here on Big Ten Plus. Cannon and Bird deadlocked to begin with, and we'll run things down. First period will be 3 minutes. Second and third, 2 minutes.
Right off the bat, showing that aggression for both guys. Both these guys are firecrackers, so expect to see a lot of hard hand fighting. And keep an eye on the man who's controlling the center of the mat here. That's going to play a big part in this hand fight and fighting for momentum in the first couple minutes especially. Both guys are going to be fighting towards the center of the mat, working on big clubs, trying to set up their offense.
Scrappiness from both wrestlers as Cannon tries to go and do something. Nice defense there from Bird, pushing out towards that edge of the mat. In the last home match against Minnesota, a lot of time spent around the out of bounds.
A lot of wrestling happens on the edge. Good move by Chris to turn Bird's underhook into his own 2-on-1, circle in.
No score in our opening match. Going back to the neutral position.
Bird with a nice overtie snap there. Got Chris on his hands for a second, but good recovery by Chris, getting back on his feet, and now he's in a front headlock position. Bird working a bit of a drag, now comes up with double underhooks. More good hand fighting from both guys.
And Bird trying to push Cannon out of bounds after some momentum from Chris Cannon.
There have been a lot of stalling calls on the edge. A lot of refs want to see action on the edge. If you get pushed out of bounds, there's a very good chance you'll get hit for stalling, and that's exactly what happened.
A solid fake there from Bird, as neither wrestler have etched their way onto the scoreboard. Every match counts here tonight as the Wildcats try to get back in. Here's a single leg from Bird with a minute left here in the first period. Can he turn it into points?
Nice shot from Bird there. He's got to circle around or just come straight up. But great defense by Chris, getting his whizzer and hips back.
Cannon with a great counterattack. Both wrestlers still gridlocked. They'll go back to neutral with 30.
Cannon with a nice fake there. Got a little nod of acknowledgement from Bird, I think. He caught him a little bit. But now they're back to the center of the mat. More just hard hand fighting from both guys.
Now with 15. Can either wrestler attack first? This has been a gritty match from the first whistle with 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is how the first period will end. But some scrappiness from both Cannon and Bird.
And a close match like this, that stall call might come back to haunt Cannon a little bit. It's, it's part of the game is wrestling on the edge there, not giving the ref that reason to step in and ding you for stalling. But real gridlock in that first period.
Cannon trying to build a base to get that escape point.
Bird staying gritty there, not quite letting Cannon get out until the very edge there, but he does get his one.
Time. So Chris Cannon with the 1-0 lead with a minute and a half left here in the second period.
Snap from Bird, but Chris gets to dig in that left side underhook. And really look for these guys trying to control this hand fight neutral like we've been talking about. They're both working to get their inside ties really aggressively, and that's where the offense is going to come from. The man who can, nice
and
shot.
A nice single leg there from Chris Cannon. Can he turn it into points? Cannon's got to turn it.
Bird with some heavy hips is able to split Cannon's grip here. Cannon's got to get back up to his feet.
Solid move there from Bird, and Bird with a great counterattack, trying to keep Chris Cannon in bounds with that one toe.
Bird really close to scoring on the edge there off a solid counterattack and getting the takedown.
And give Lucas Bird the consequential 2 points to put him up 2-1 over Chris Cannon.
Get over a minute of riding time and also prevent him from getting his escape point. So Cannon needs to get up quick.
Cannon tried the reversal move. Bird toying with Chris Cannon from the whistle. We're now with 25. Can Chris Cannon build up a base and get that escape point? Solid defense here from Lucas Bird, now with 15.
Yeah, Bird's got a deep, tight waist there, able to break Chris down on the mat. Chris has got 10 seconds to make something happen, and they'll get a restart.
Wasting no time. A 1-point escape, and we're tied up at 2.
That is a super clutch escape for Chris, because not only did he get his point before the end of the period, he was
ending to the second period. Trying to get that left leg in on Bird.
Chris has been a hammer on top in his last couple matches, and I mean, honestly, throughout this season. But Bird's gotten in good position right here to work for his one. Chris loves throwing that left leg in and working for the broomstick. Bird doing a good job keeping it out. And more action on the edge there. Chris is able to bring Bird back down to the mat. Bird right up into a quad pod stand. Sometimes that gets called a baby stand. Giving himself an opportunity to score here. He's got Chris's leg and is now working for a reversal.
Here's 2 points there from Bird. Puts him up 4-2. Now Chris Cannon on the counterattack with 70 seconds remaining.
That's another big 2 points for Bird. Chris has got to get up and get to work on his feet here if he wants a chance to win this match, especially in the next 15 seconds as Bird's riding time keeps ticking up towards a minute. Chris comes up to his feet.
Nice possible escape. Can he get it? Nice mat return there from Bird.
Yeah, Bird with a big mat return on the edge there. He's going to be able to get his riding time over a minute.
Dancing towards the edge. They're ruled out of bounds, 36.7. Cannon quick to work, trying to get that escape.
Up to his feet here, working for a little standing switch, can't get it.
A nice leg sweep there, and breakdown from Bird, now with 25. Bird accumulating 80 seconds of riding time, and what's going to be the consequential points he needs, now with 10. Does Cannon have a last push here for the Wildcats? You can hear it from the Illini faithful within the final seconds. Lucas Bird secures a 5-2 victory, and the Fighting Illini up 3-0 early on in the 133 bout.
And he's had some tough matchups the last week or so, but look to see him right the ship here. Coming out immediately with some hard hand fighting, snapping Puccino to the mat, doing his thing on his feet so far.
Puccino has had back-to-back pins over the Badgers and the Boilermakers. Scrappiness, as you said, here in the opening moments of the first. A nice single leg fake there from Talahar.
Great action from Frankie so far. Now he's in on a single leg, able to get it elevated.
Single
Puccino's
leg.
in the air.
Getting some airtime from Puccino.
Puccino's working him towards the edge of the mat. Frankie's got to keep him in and try to collect his takedown here. He's got to stay calm. This is a big position early on in the match.
Trying to get that leg sweep. Can he do it? Some greatness there, but Puccino fends off Talahar.
Puccino really gritty there, really stingy, kept fighting his leg down. Frankie, really nice single leg getting that up, but Puccino is able to fight out of it, and they continue on their feet.
Frankie Talahar trying to go on the counter move.
More
a dangerous
offense.
Display there. Back and forth you go for Puccino and Talahar. No points yet.
More
Over a
offense
minute gone.
and snaps from Frankie. But, yeah, Puccino's doing a really good job defensively, keeping him keeping himself out of too much danger. Nice low double attempt on the edge there by Frankie, and then he comes up and snaps again right away. So that's really good action from Talahar, but Puccino is staying stingy defensively, looking for re-attack opportunities. Good wrestling from both guys.
Some solid hand fighting. Puccino tries to go for the single leg to no avail.
Yeah, that's the second time Puccino's shot that sort of long distance single leg from space. And that's a dangerous attack if you catch a guy. Frankie in again on a low single. Puccino able to kick back.
And with Talahar, every move, Puccino has a counter move. We are under a minute to go here in the first period. Scoreless like we were in our first match. But nevertheless, gritty. Talahar trying to go, but it's a counter move from Puccino and a 2-point takedown for Danny Puccino and the Fighting Illini late here in the first period. And now Danny Puccino accumulating that riding time. How does Talahar make a counter move? Talahar trying to get up to his feet on that edge of the mat. Can Puccino keep him in bounds? Called for stalling. Frankie Talahar wasting no time, but solid defense here from Puccino to close out the first period. And it is highlighted. Love it. With
Frankie a little slow with that high C attempt. Didn't move his feet too much, and Puccino was able to come around with a re-attack. But awesome job by Frankie getting off the mat there.
And a 1-point escape there from Talahar.
And he's right back on his offense. More of those hard snaps.
Now with 20 gone here in period number 2, Talahar has the opportunity to take the lead. Trying to get a turn.
Frankie in with a deep underhook here, but Puccino able to threaten a little upper body offense and then circle him towards the edge. Puccino's going to be looking to push him out of bounds a little bit, get him towards the edge of the mat, because he knows that if he can back Frankie out of bounds, that's a point for Puccino. Nice high C by Frankie.
Trying to go, nice mat return for a 2-point takedown to put Talahar up on top.
That's Frankie's quickness on full display. He did that same exact high C against Minnesota. Beautiful.
Now with a minute to go, Puccino
up to his feet. Frankie's got to stay stingy on top here. He's got to mat return him or else he might get hit for another stalling. But instead he elects to let Puccino out on the edge.
Now
and they're back to neutral.
Up at 3.
Very vocal from the Illinois coaches, and Frankie in again on a high C attempt, but another re-attack from Puccino on the edge.
And a 2-point takedown there, out of bounds. Talahar quick to his feet for an escape. It's 5-4.
Huge escape for Frankie right there. Really nice, just way to fight in, get to his feet. Puccino looking for snaps now.
Scrappiness on display. As
on the edge, Frankie with a single leg attempt, comes up to an underhook. Puccino looking for a little swim, duck under.
Now with 5, 3, any last move, it won't go if you're Puccino, and extending your lead as he's up to his feet early. Talahar lets him go, and Puccino now up 6-4.
Puccino looks like he's coming straight back into it for some more offense. Frankie's got to keep looking for his offense here, and it might take 2 takedowns. Now Frankie's down by 2. He needs to score more than a couple points to win this match in the third period.
Some scrappiness there from Talahar. Stalling once more. And a point to Puccino puts up the Illini by 3, 7-4 advantage for Illinois.
That's where those early stalling calls are so important. I mean, this is wrestling-wise, a razor-thin match, but Puccino's been able to get this 3-point lead off a stalling call and an opportune takedown.
Now with 70 seconds remaining in a neck-and-neck match, Talahar down by 3 in a battle of 141. 55 seconds remaining. Talahar with the fake. Solid hand fighting from Pacino and Talahar as always. Now with 45, Talahar tries to go in. A nice counter move there from Puccino. Puccino back on his feet with a 3-point lead, taking it near 30 seconds. Talahar tries to go in for that right leg to no avail. Now 25. Nice snap down there from Talahar. Won't go anywhere now with 20.
Another high C attempt for Frankie.
Here's something.
On the edge again. This is the same position we saw at the beginning, and he'll finish it this time.
2-point takedown. Out of bounds, 11.5 seconds remaining. So if you're Frankie Talahar here, Jamie, what do? You're down by 1.
You got 11-ish seconds left. You have to cut Puccino, start him in neutral, give him the 1-point escape, and look for a takedown, and that's exactly what Frankie will do.
Now it's do or die time. The crowd going emphatic.
Frankie in on a single leg there, but they'll rule it out of bounds pretty quick. So.
It is do or die time for Frankie Talahar. He's got to do something with 3. Nice fake there from Danny Pacino, and that's going to seal it. An 8-6 score for Danny Pacino as the Fighting Illini build a 6-0 lead.
Jake Harrier is probably going to be looking to keep this match close and maybe score a couple points at the end to steal it away. That tends to be what guys do against Yaya. But honestly, you never know. Maybe Jake comes out scrapping, looking for points early. It all depends on what his outlook on this match is. So far, Yaya dictating the pace of the hand fight, looking for a little front headlock offense, and he'll come around with a low single leg and get the takedown. 2
points there for Yaya Thomas, a quick 2. But Jake Harrier up to his feet once again.
Harrier wrestling tough here, looking for his escape on the edge. He's got a nice split going on. This is a tough position to escape from, but Yaya's got to make an effort to return him.
You can see the look on Harrier. 1 point there for Jake Harrier.
Yaya electing an optional alternate start there to let Harrier back to his feet. So Yaya is looking to get more offense, score more points, and get the Wildcats back in this dual meet.
Thomas there with a single leg fake. Hold a 2-1 lead as we have 1 minute gone here in period 1. Some forcefulness there from the 149-pounder.
Yaya working a little 2-on-1, staying sticky on Harrier's arm. But Harrier doing a good job nullifying Yaya's offense at this point. He's got to be careful, though. Yaya's doing a good job controlling the center of the mat. Good job by Jake Harrier to circle back in, get his butt to the center of the mat, and avoid that potential stalling call, those have been super important in these matches so far.
And a reset there from Harrier. Thomas with an underhook. Tries to go in for that left leg. Solid counter move there from Jake Harrier as we approach 1 minute remaining.
Another good re-attack attempt for Harrier. Looking for a short drag off Yaya's single leg.
And the redshirt freshman bringing some toughness, but Yaya Thomas with a big-time takedown. He's up 4-1 now with 45 seconds remaining and building that riding time as we approach 30 seconds of it.
Harrier with a good drag attempt, trying to come behind Yaya, but Yaya says no and scores off a drag of his own. Good little action by both guys.
Now with 30 seconds, Yaya Thomas approaching a minute of riding time here on Jake Harrier.
Good job by Harrier getting to his feet here, but Yaya's going to nudge him out of bounds. This is a big point. If Harrier can get an escape here, he's back in this match. Yaya needs to be looking to ride Harrier tough for the last 10 seconds of this period. Harrier gets to his feet, though, doing a good job fighting Yaya's hand, and he'll get his escape.
Big time point there late here in the first period, an escape point.
But Harrier doing a solid job so far, but Yaya's definitely been more offensive and the more successful offensive wrestler in this match.
And Thomas allowing Harrier to get an escape. So now it's a 1-point match, 4-3, Yaya Thomas.
Yaya right back to the center of the mat, controlling with the fakes, stalking Harrier down on the edge of the mat here. He'll come digging with a club and an underhook.
Harrier with that nice fake. 30 seconds, here's something from Thomas. Nice counter move there from Harrier.
Harrier able to get his hips back there, but Yaya's in with a pretty deep underhook on the edge. One of those super important edge wrestling positions again, with Yaya in the more dominant offensive position by controlling the center of the mat.
Now approaching the midway portion of our second period. At the 149 bout, Yaya Thomas of Northwestern and Jake Harrier of Illinois, a 4-3 advantage for Thomas. Now some hand fighting here and some offensive gridlock with 50. See if Thomas can turn something as they're on the edge of the mat. Hand fighting once more.
Yaya taking single leg attempt off that underhook. Harrier staying in bounds. And
here's something from Thomas. Another counter move from Harrier.
Yaya's definitely controlling the offense here. And now will come with a low single and get Harrier dinged for stalling. That's 4 or 5 offensive attempts to none. So Yaya doing a good job staying on his offense. He's got to look to finish on the edge here.
Thomas on the edge with Harrier, 15. Refs have a no call. Thomas trying to drag Harrier back in. He's doing it ever so slightly now with 6. 5. Can he get Harrier back in bounds for the 2 points? He's not going to. Out of the opening whistle, Thomas trying to work up to his base, and he gets the escape. It's 5-3. Yaya Thomas over Jake Harrier.
From a team standpoint, definitely want to see Yaya on his offense really pushing it in this third period. He is an unbelievable offensive wrestler, and I mean, all around, his defense is great too, but definitely want to see him get into his shots here in the third period, not giving Harrier an opportunity to get back into this match.
A nice fake there from Harrier. Some to the woos of his teammates. Now with 75 seconds remaining, the Wildcats need some team points.
Yeah, working a Russian tie 2-on-1 on the edge, working Harrier out of bounds, and he'll get another stall call there for a point.
So now 6-3, Yaya Thomas. Now Yaya's got some momentum here with a minute to play.
Yaya in on a single leg Harrier with a shin whizzer. Similar position to what we just saw at the end of the last period. Harrier, stingy defense on the edge. Yaya unable to collect the takedown.
A similar affair for Thomas, like we saw on the opposing end of the mat. Unable to translate the single leg into some points for his team. However, that stalling call consequential for Yaya Thomas. Now it's 6-3 with 30 seconds. And if you're Harrier, you got to do something. Some nice hand fighting between both wrestlers. Now with 20. Thomas trying to go in for something, as is Harrier. Now close to 15. Thomas tries on Harrier's left leg once more. Scrappy hand fighting now with 10. Thomas with a hook. Now with 5. And that's going to seal the deal. Thomas with the late push.
Yeah, frustrated there that he wasn't able to convert on more offense.
And Yaya Thomas with a 7-3 decision over.
The Illini have been able to keep these matches really close. And this is one matchup where Trevor has to be looking to blow it open early. Just get to his offense on his feet, lay a hard ride on, look for turns, and score some team points for Northwestern, just like what Yaya was looking to do last match.
Federico comes in 5-9 on the season. Chumley 14th in the nation at his weight class. Some scrappiness here in the first 30 between Chumley and Federico. And Chumley with his team down by 3, trying to tie things up or even take the lead for Northwestern.
Trevor just all offense to start, but Federico able to get it in on a single leg off of Trevor's own snap.
Solid single leg attempt here from Federico. Can he translate this into points? Still nothing for Anthony Federico in the Illini with 1 minute gone.
Stingy shin whizzer by Trevor here, able to circle his hips in front, and now he's in a pretty solid defensible position. But, I mean, way to go by Federico getting in on that single leg. But Trevor, absolutely the more offensive man so far in this period with his hand fight.
So back on their feet. Midway through the first period of match 4 of 10. Still scoreless.
More snaps and fakes from Trevor, and now a long high C attempt. He's in pretty deep here.
Here's something from Trevor Chumley. He turns it into 2 points for the Wildcats. 2 early points here from Trevor Chumley. And now he builds some riding time as well.
Trevor is unreal on top. I mean, just an absolute hammer. He's going to look to use that to his advantage in this match. Not just get riding time, but work for turns here too. Look for bonus points. Bonus points is the name of the game here.
Now with 55 seconds, and Chumley and the Wildcats on top early against Federico and the Illini.
Trevor threads an armbar
left
here.
Arm too.
Nice ride so far by Trevor, able to thread in this armbar on Federico's left side, and he's going to be looking for some offensive points on top right now.
Breaking down Federico now with 30 as he approaches that 1 minute of riding time. Some solid showing from Chumley. Now with 15. The arena reflecting the importance of this 157 match. Now with 10. Chumley has built over a minute over of riding time. Now with 3. And that's going to be how the first period ends. Trevor Chumley takes a 2-0 advantage.
Federico had just gotten in deep on offense of his own. Oh, false start from Chumley. They'll get reset on bottom. Or rather, false start by Federico. But then gets right back to his offense and scores a big takedown in the first period.
Chumley building to his base, trying to get the escape off of Federico. They're dancing on the edge of the mat. They'll be ruled out of bounds.
Right here, he wants to bring it below a minute at the very least, if not just keep a ride on. But Trevor doing a good job getting to his feet, and he gets his escape.
Solid escape there from Trevor Chumley. He now builds a 3-0 advantage over Federico.
And he's right back to his offense. Snaps, long single leg attempt, but Federico comes up in a front headlock.
And this could be something potentially for Federico if he can get a turn.
Where Trevor snapped him down and Federico was able to turn it into a double leg. Those have been Federico's only offensive threats so far in this match, but they've been threatening.
Solid snap down there from Chumley, trying to take advantage now with 30 seconds remaining. And a 3-0 lead padded to his name.
Slide by attempt and then a single leg, long single leg, which he's able to collect.
Nice single leg takedown there. 5-0 Trevor Chumley here with 15 seconds remaining. Trevor Chumley now also cashing in on that riding time as that continues to go up now. Close to 5 seconds remaining here in the second period on top of Federico. And that's going to be the conclusion of period number 2. Trevor Chumley up on Anthony Federico, 5-0.
Opt to ride Federico and look for turns, or let him up to his feet to look for more neutral offense, but it looks like he'll do the former.
And some solid on top movement. Federico looks like he's trying to build a base as he does, and Chumley allows the escape, and the Illini are on the board. Back in the center of the mat too.
Trevor doing a good job stalking Federico down.
Trying to go in on that left leg for Chumley. Now, as we approach do or die time for Federico.
Federico throws in a big left side underhook, and he's marching Trevor towards the edge of the mat.
They'll go back up to their feet. Chumley wasting no time, but a great move there from Federico. Can he turn that into points?
And that's been the name of the game this season, is if you're the guy getting pushed out of bounds, you'll get hit for stalling. Nice single leg by Trevor, snatch single.
Trying to turn points here for Chumley, and he gets the 2 points. 7-1 for Chumley, but now Federico with the escape.
Trevor opts to cut him there to look for another takedown. Trevor's in major decision territory, looking for something on the edge here.
Back here with 15. Stalling call again on Federico, and 2 points here for Trevor Chumley in the waning seconds of the third period as he inches closer to 2 minutes of riding time. And a win there for Northwestern, a 10-2 win here. And that's a major decision that puts the Wildcats now up 7-6. Trevor Chumley, Yaya Thomas delivered. If you're Illinois, how do you get back into your mojo?
Well, Bronigal's a veteran. He's been around for a while, and he's got to be looking to control this match. But Max Mayfield is like young, scrappy, 165-pounder, and he's quick. He needs to look for his offense and not let Bronigal slow him down in this match. Definitely another, I mean, all these matches are so important, but another pivotal match in the momentum of the dual meet.
Bronigal comes in at 16-5. Bronigal and Mayfield scrappy in the opening seconds. Continuing that scrappy display as we've seen all evening long.
Bronigal working Mayfield towards the edge here, but Max able to get a nice collar tie snap, work towards the center. Good hand fighting from both guys. More just scrappy hand fighting and a single leg attempt from Max.
Nice mat return there from Max Mayfield for the 2-point takedown. 2-0 Wildcats.
Max loves that club to a single leg, which he's able to collect up into convert into a double leg and then get a huge 2 points early in the match. And Max has been hot so far this year. He's been doing a really great job at 165, but Bronigal's been at this weight for a long time. He's been a vet at this weight for a long time. So if Max can control him in this match, that's not just big for the dual meet.
It's big trying to get out, but some solid work in defense. But Bronigal also trying to get out from on bottom.
Stingy top wrestling by Max, not letting Bronigal get his escape. And he'll come with a big mat return on the edge of the mat.
Big time mat return, as you said, to ignite the crowd.
Good stingy top wrestling by Max, but Bronigal able to get his escape with 59 seconds of riding time on the clock. That could become important.
So now 2-1, Max Mayfield. 1 second away from the minute of riding time as some fakes here from Bronigal.
Bronigal gets up and he's controlling the center of the mat, hand fighting hard. He's looking to get on his offense now. Max can't give him a chance to get back in this match. He needs to look for his own offense here and, I mean, keep building a lead early on.
Under 30 seconds remaining here in period number 1 between Max Mayfield of Northwestern and Danny Bronigal of Illinois. Now with 15. Mayfield defending some stingent hand fighting. Now with 5. Bronigal tries to go in the waning seconds. 2 points there. However, from Max Mayfield, a last second count. So trying to make it back-to-back wins Mayfield now building a 5-1 lead as Bronigal allows the escape.
Yeah, Max did a great job fighting for his escape there, got up to his feet, attacked the hands, got out really quick, and preserved that really big riding time advantage that's going to come into play in this match. In again on a single leg off one of Bronigal's snaps.
Here's something from Mayfield. Can he turn it into points? Some solid counter moves from Bronigal to thwart any offensive momentum, continued offensive momentum, I should say, from Max Mayfield. 30 seconds gone here in the second period. Max Mayfield with a 5-1 advantage. Now on their feet. Mayfield trying to extend his lead. Bronigal trying to crawl his way back in to this 165 match.
Bronigal coming in with some heavy hand fighting here, able to stay in the center of the mat, and he's working to drive Max towards the edge of the mat, that all-important edge of mat position, but Max does an awesome job getting his butt to the center of the mat and not letting Bronigal bully him around.
Now 50 seconds remaining. Some scrappiness.
Good snap from Bronigal. Max able to fend off the attempt, get into a hand fight of his own, little shallow underhook on the right side. Great action from both guys so far.
And you can see Bronigal in these last 30 seconds upping the intensity as he's down by 4 heading into the third period. Now with an underhook from Mayfield.
Every time Bronigal comes forward with this heavy hand fight, Max is able to get to positions of his own, control ties of his own, those underhooks, 2-on-1s, and he's not letting Bronigal bully him around. Doing a great job with this deep right side underhook again here.
With 3 seconds, they will let each other go. Getting a minute of riding time, however, not an easy task against Danny Bronigal.
No, Bronigal was looking to explode there off the whistle into a quad pod stand-up. Max did a good job staying on him and let his riding time tick up.
Bronigal with the escape. He's only down by 3, but Mayfield had eclipsed the minute mark of riding time. And now here's a single leg on Bronigal's left leg. Let's see if Mayfield can turn this into points. Some good counter move here, and 2 points for Max Mayfield. 7-2 Wildcats.
Great takedown from Mayfield there. Coming in with a double leg from space, and he's able to just work up to his single leg and build on his lead. He's now effectively up by 6 points unless Bronigal can mount some offense of his own.
Bronigal with a necessary escape to bring this down to currently a 4-point match.
Bronigal's going to be looking to get into that heavy hand fight and work for offense of his own here. A little shot attempt from him there. Max holding position though.
Mayfield now with 50. Here's a move by Bronigal. Has got Mayfield's right leg. We'll see if Bronigal can turn some points for the Illini. He's got something here.
A good re-attack from Bronigal off of Max's offensive attempt.
To punish the offensive momentum that Bronigal was brewing. Now with 30 seconds here in the midway portion of Northwestern and Illinois on Alumni Night.
Good snap by Bronigal, working around for the takedown, but Max staying stingy here, not letting him collect it. And again, he'll get that awesome stingy scrambling defense to prevent the offensive opportunity by Bronigal.
Being thwarted now here with 10 seconds. A win here would put the Wildcats up by 4. Bronigal with one last attempt here with 5 seconds. Some stellar defense here from Max Mayfield, and the third period buzzer will sound. An 8-3 victory for Max Mayfield over Danny Bronigal. And Anka Inkbendak will take on Edmund Ruth. Edmund Ruth has been on an absolute onslaught. 18 straight wins, most recently in the January 14th win against Purdue. So Anka Inkmendok going against 10th ranked Ruth. In the 174 matchup, we'll have 174, 184, 197, 285, and it will all culminate with 125.
What really got emphasized in the back room there was that this is a culture matchup here. Head coach Matt Storniolo telling Northwestern wrestlers that they got to come out hard, and they got to make sure that they're getting to their offense. They have to have an attitude. Likewise, I imagine the conversation in Illinois' room went the same way. They want to come into Welsh Ryan Arena and leave a mark. They want to come in here, pull upsets, get dominant wins, and take this dual meet. So be prepared for some high-paced, chippy wrestling in the second half of this duel.
A minute 15 in, no points. Rather an offensive stalemate from Edmund Ruth and Anka Inkmendok. Anka Inkmendok not ranked compared to his counterpart of the Fighting Illini.
And that speaks to the great season that Ruth is having. I mean, he's been really successful so far, and Anka's out here looking to get to his own offense against a guy who he's not expected to beat. And that's a bit of a mental battle, coming in, stepping up against an opponent who's having an awesome season. Something to notice, Anka has very aggressive upper body techniques. He's working for these underhooks here. A little offensive effort by Anka there, just controlling the mat with his offense from the upper body efforts.
We saw Ruth try to go in for a right single leg fake. Now with 45 seconds, neither wrestler on the board. Here with 40. Solid hand fighting and scrappiness from both Ruth and Inkmendok as we approach 30. Ruth trying to pinpoint that left leg on Inkmendok. Inkmendok doing some solid defensive work here for the Wildcats. Now with 15.
Both guys just jockeying for position there. Little shot attempts from both. Ruth initiating that offense and Anka coming back with a counterattack.
Back and forth. Some agility-like moves from Inkmendok. Ruth 20-1 on the season. And Ruth with an easy escape against Inkmendok to put the Illini up on the board. It is in a crucial set of matches to try to get back in this.
Really explosive stand-up by Ruth there. Did a good job sealing off, preventing Anka from getting his hands locked in that standing position. Did a nice job getting his escape there.
Another round of solid hand fighting. The agility and deflections from Edmund Ruth have been paramount in thwarting any success here. A possible mat return coming for Edmund Ruth and the Fighting Illini.
Position. Ruth able to force Anka over to his back.
Here's some back points here coming for Edmund Ruth.
A body lock from Ruth.
That was a big-time performance here from Edmund Ruth. 4 back points. It's now 7-0 Edmund Ruth. All of a sudden, Edmund Ruth in major decision territory as they're ruled out of bounds.
With a big body lock for 6 points. Anka's got to be looking to stand up quick here and just get back to his offense. Ruth wants to be looking to control Anka on the mat, lay on a gritty ride, get that riding time up, and go into the third period in major decision territory, like you said, Sam.
And Ruth has over 40 seconds of riding time building to his name as we approach 25 seconds remaining here in what has been an eventful second period for Edmund Ruth and the Fighting Illini. Now with 15, Anka Inkmendok trying to build that base, but some airtight defense here from Ruth, thwarting any ability from Inkmendok and the Wildcats. Now about to get some back points here for Ruth as the final buzzer sounds, and it is 11-0.
Really great top wrestling from Ruth there, staying gritty up until the end, and that's what opened up that near fall opportunity for him. Good reshot effort by Anka there off of a far out shot from Ruth, but they'll be stopped since the clock wasn't running.
From his coach, and if you're Ickman, the hole is building in an 11-0. Here's another great mat return here, and a possible pin-like scenario coming for Edmund Ruth.
Another big body lock from Ruth. Anka able to fight off his back, but that'll be the technical fall for Edmund Ruth.
And a big-time performance there from Edmund Ruth. That's 5 team points. That catapults the Fighting Illini into the lead. What are the cues for both wrestlers?
Once again, Halverson stepping into this position in the lineup where he's not expected to win according to the rankings. He wants to go out there and establish himself as a legitimate threat on the mat. And look for him to be searching for his double leg, his good offense from space. Similarly, Connell's got to be thinking about locking in this win for his team and building their narrow lead into something a little bit more tangible going into the final stretch of matches.
Some scrappiness on display in the first 30 seconds between Halverson and Connell here in match 7 of 10. An alumni night here at Welsh Ryan Arena. Great footwork here from Halverson, but Connell countering that with some stable hand fighting as well. Neither wrestler on the board yet or having really any offensive mobility to begin with.
Halverson doing a good job continuing to move his feet, engage, disengage, keep Connell uncomfortable. But on the other hand, Connell doing a solid job staying in the center of the mat, and he's trying to lock in with these over ties, collar ties. He's looking to slow Halverson down here.
A nice snap down from Connell, but thwarted by Halverson as we approach 2 minutes gone here in period number 1. And all of a sudden, Northwestern, with their backs against the wall, in an 11-10 deficit.
Those bonus points coming in big at the 174 match. A tech fall nets you 2 bonus points for your team, and that can be a decision maker in a really tight dual meet like this.
Neither wrestler has hit the deck. 50 seconds. We saw an attempt there from Connell just a little bit ago, but nothing really in terms snail-like pace here in period number 1 between Halverson and Connell.
Halverson picking up the footwork here in the last 30 seconds of the period, threatening some offense from space.
Now with 20.
Connell trying to come in with that big inside tie, slow Halverson down. He's doing a good job holding his position.
10 seconds remaining in what's been an uneventful first period. As that will do it for period number 1. Scoreless. Halverson building up his base, trying to get an escape. He does on the left side of the mat. Halverson and the Wildcats now on the board.
Really quick, explosive stand-up by Halverson. He caught Connell's hands and was able to turn, face him, get his 1. It's a big, quick escape in a position where Connell's probably looking to ride him out. Now Halverson back to his feet, threatening some offense from space there. Connell able to slow him down, get his hands on him, and prevent the offensive opportunity.
Halverson tried to go in for that single leg, thwarted by Connell, as you mentioned, Jamie. Now with 1:15 remaining here in period 2. Connell with that attempt there.
An attempt off Halverson's fake. Halverson continuing to move his feet, Connell continuing to hold position in the center of the mat. This is definitely a stylistic matchup between someone who's trying to control the pace of the match through heavy hand fighting and another wrestler who's trying to stay quick, stay on the outside, and look for offense like that.
Halverson
deep double leg.
Trying to get something in bounds. But now here's 2 points potentially for Dylan Connell. Rule him out of bounds.
And Connell gets a little go behind on the edge to threaten a takedown.
And an almost deafening-like noise from the crowd. Now with 20 seconds remaining, we saw some offensive mobility from both wrestlers. Now with 15, Halverson keeping an arm-length distance. Now with 10. Halverson with a 1-0 lead off an escape. Now with 5. A snap down unsuccessful, and the period 2 buzzer will sound. Now Dylan Connell fast to his feet. 5 seconds in.
Halverson drops to a leg looking for a mat return, but Connell's able to fight it down and get his escape.
Now we're tied at 1. 1:45 remaining in what's a crucial match for both squads. Halverson once again keeping that arm length distance. Now locked, a snap down there from Halverson.
More of the same stylistic clash here. Halverson staying on the outside, looking for his quick footwork to offense. Connell continuing with this hand fight, not necessarily threatening the most offense, but holding solid position and not letting Halverson get to his own.
Connell there with the fake. Halverson does the same with some swift footwork. A minute remaining here.
Both wrestlers exchanging fakes here in the last minute, but neither producing too many opportunities for offense.
And once Ben here's something, Connell tried to go in. Halverson thwarting any offensive mobility now here with 40. Trying to get brought back in by Connell.
Halverson in, shoots that big double leg again. Connell able to collect his arms and underhooks and work for offense of his own, but once again, no score going into the last 30 seconds of this match.
Now with 30, here's something from Dylan Connell. Some deep hips from John Halverson. Can Connell turn it into points? He's looking for a mat return. And he gets one. 2 points for Dylan Connell with 14 seconds to put Connell in the Illini up 3-1. Now with 8 seconds, what can John Halverson and the Wildcats do as they are dancing on the edge of the mat? Now with 1, and that's going to do it at the 184 bout. Dylan Connell with a late 2-point takedown. 3-1 Dylan Connell over John Halverson, which puts his team up, 14-10. So a crucial match here for the Wildcats and the Illini as well. Illinois trying to pad that 4-point lead. Andrew Davison and the Wildcats trying to claw their way back in.
Good hand fighting from both guys to start this match. Andrew threatening a left side underhook, but Bronco able to snap him down into some short offense on the edge.
See Bronco and Davison scrappy, not wasting any time, knowing a win is on the line. Nice snap down there from Andrew Davison. And Davison trying to get some forward momentum on Bronco. Bronco
with a snap in the inside of the mat, looking for some offense there. And now he'll get in on a deep single leg, but Andrew able to drape over the top with a crotch lock. And now he's in solid defensive position with Bronco stretched out on the mat.
Davison trying a counter move on defense after a deep single leg from Zach Bronigal.
And that'll get stalemated by the referee. Solid single leg effort by Bronigal. Great defense by Davison to keep that away from scoring opportunity. And they resume on their feet.
A minute and a half gone here in period number 1. 2 matches remain after the 197 bout. Both wrestlers on their feet. A solid snap down.
More great hand fighting in the center of the mat. Something we've seen in every match, but really the last 3 matches have highlighted that. Everybody just hand fighting hard in the center of the mat, working for position. Bronigal coming in with a left side underhook here, looking for offense.
Solid defense here from Andrew Davison to try and thwart a mat return from Bronigal. Back to their feet they go with 48. Davison doing some great arm-like defense. Here's Bronigal trying to go in for something. He turns 2 points, and it's an Illini lead with 30 seconds remaining here in the first period. Zach Bronigal. But now here comes Andrew Davison trying to get back on his feet and get an escape that would put Andrew Davison and Northwestern on the board. Now with 15 seconds remaining, Davison trying to go back. Bronigal trying to go for that mat return. 10 seconds remain here. Davison trying to get on his feet and get the escape. He does. 2-1 now with 4 as they get back up to their feet in what has been a whirlwind tycoon of a first period.
Leg from space, which Bronigal converts into a single leg. And that's coming off that big hand fighting, those big hand fighting opportunities in the first period. Both guys coming at each other so hard that gave Bronigal the opportunity to shoot a double leg and work for his offense.
Bronigal with an easy escape after some stingent defense from Davison. Now builds a 3-1 advantage here in this second period. And the second period in the past few matches have really proven to be the most crucial matches, crucial periods, I should say.
Definitely. This is a big opportunity. Bronigal needs to be looking to widen his lead. Davison wants to be looking to get back in this match with some offense of his own. And the ref will stalemate it on their feet.
Bronigal trying to go for that snap down. Here comes Andrew Davison. He has that right leg. Davison trying to turn this into points for the Wildcats as we approach the halfway mark of period number 2. Davison has that leg still. Bronigal trying to put on a defensive showing now with 50. Davison working up to his feet. Bronigal putting in some good defense there. The ref will blow the whistle as Bronigal's headgear comes undone now with 40.
Great offensive effort from Andrew there. Bronigal with some stingy defense in that split position, fighting Andrew's hands, not letting him elevate his leg and look for that takedown. Another shot attempt by Andrew, though.
Davison trying to go in on that coveted left leg of Zach Bronigal, now with 15 seconds as they get towards the edge of the mat. Now with 10. Bronigal holding on to a 2-point lead. They go out of bounds with 6.6 seconds remaining. Zach Bronigal trying to carry the lead in, now with 5. And that is going to do it for the second period. Zach Bronigal will head into period number 3 with a 3-1 advantage.
Once again, those early stall calls are so important in these close matches. But Bronigal driving in with an underhook, forcing Andrew out of the mat. That gets him a stalling call.
Andrew Davison on one knee trying to get this escape. That would be absolutely crucial. Andrew Davison turning a corner. He gets the escape. It's 3-2 Zach Bronigal now. 20 seconds in. Andrew Davison wastes no time. A nice counter move from Zach Bronigal.
Some good defense by Bronigal again on display. Andrew with a really gritty stand up there, staying on his feet, not letting Bronigal return him. And Bronigal asking for a stop and continuation for the ref for his headgear, which is out of place. But the ref won't give it to him, and Andrew stalks him down, continuing to push the pace in this hand fight.
A takedown here from Andrew Davison would prove to be beneficial. He's got the right leg of Bronigal.
Andrew's in on a single leg attempt. Bronigal with a deep shin whizzer. Andrew has to elevate this leg to put himself in position to score. Bronigal wants to keep him on the mat and get a stalemate call here.
Solid defense here with 45 seconds from Bronigal. Davison still has that leg. They'll call a stalemate with 42 seconds remaining. Bronigal with some stingy defense now with 40 seconds remaining. Both with something to prove for their respective teams. A nice snap down there from Zach Bronigal. We have 30 seconds remaining here in period number 3. And Zach Bronigal has a 3-2 advantage now with 25 and a solid snap down. Bronigal is called for stalling. Davison tried to go in. He's trying to get that left leg now with 12 seconds. Bronigal, does he have the defensive prowess to do anything and hold off Andrew Davison? Davison with one last attempt, and it's a 3-2 advantage for Zach Bronigal and the Illinois Fighting Illini. A 3-2 win for the 197.
Here, Lucas is going to be coming out looking for bonus points, and Wroblewski's going to be looking to steal this match away and seal the deal for his team.
A win from Matt Wroblewski would seal the deal for the Fighting Illini, who are looking for their 50th win of the series. Lead the series 49-34-2 against Northwestern. And as you mentioned, Lucas Davison and Michael DiAugustino, who we will see in our final match of the evening. Pressure is on the Wildcats to snap a 2-match skid. Now here with 30 seconds gone in period number 1. Some solid, scrappy play from Lucas Davison and Matt Wroblewski. No points on the board, however, from either side.
Shot attempt from Wroblewski, looking for that long snatch single leg, but Luke's not going to give that to him. Davison looking for a post high crotch of his own, trying to get to this offense and after a scoreless first minute.
Solid snap down there from Lucas Davison. Who will be the first to strike? As we have 75 seconds gone here in period number 1. Hand fighting at a premium here in period number 1.
Luke doing a really good job coming in with that inside tie, that collar tie, working his snaps, controlling the center of the mat, more just solid hand fighting. Wroblewski doing a good job preventing him from getting anything too threatening though.
Lucas Davison upping the intensity as we approach 2 minutes gone here in period number 1. Once again, both wrestlers on their feet. 1 minute to go here in the first period. And Lucas Davison had that hand, but Matt Wroblewski, 2-point takedown against Lucas Davison here late in the first period. Now Davison with an easy escape to go 2-1. Davison quick on the attack now with 40 seconds.
More heavy snaps from Davison. He's not happy with that takedown from Wroblewski. But he's got to stay patient and just get to his offense, build a lead, chip away. He's behind in this match, and he can't look to just all of a sudden be, pinning this wrestler. This is a solid opponent. Luke really aggressive in this hand fight. Definitely want to see him get to some offensive opportunities for the Wildcats.
Now 5 seconds remaining. Some snap downs traded, and the first period buzzer will sound.
And despite Lucas really controlling the hand fight in that first period, Wroblewski able to get a slick snatch single, collect that takedown quickly. But Luke able to get to his feet very quickly in the second period. And right back to this heavy hand fight in the center of the mat.
2-2 now in our heavyweight bout. 30 seconds erased from period number 2. Some scrappiness from Wroblewski, testing the waters, the offensive waters of Lucas Davison.
That was a heavy overtie snap from Lucas Davison to clear that collar tie from Wroblewski. He's just staying really aggressive with these big snaps. That's a lot of power on display from Davison.
Now Davison with some hand fighting of his own. He's trying to go for a mat return. Nice solid defense from Wroblewski. However, Davison gets the 2 points. It's 4-2 Lucas Davison. And
Lucas with some really big underhooks there, threatening something upper body, possibly trying to put Wroblewski on his back, but that just gives him the opportunity to score a single leg in those crucial edge of mat wrestling situations, or rather one of those crucial edge of mat situations. And now he's looking with a hard top ride, returning Wroblewski.
And Matt Wroblewski trying to get up to his feet with 30 seconds to go in the second period that has had twists and turns all over. Matt Wroblewski almost to his feet for an escape. Matt Wroblewski trying to build a base. However, Lucas Davison also trying to build some riding time as we approach 40 seconds of that. Now 10 seconds remaining in period number 2. Davison with a 4-2 advantage on Matt Wroblewski of Illinois, now with 3. The riding time clock coming on.
Lucas was able to throw his leg in on Wroblewski to end that period. And he'll get it again, his right leg deep in, leg riding here, looking for offense from top. Wroblewski just holding his base, trying not to give Davison any opportunities to turn him.
Davison eclipsing a minute of riding time. But Wroblewski not giving anything easy to Lucas Davison and the Wildcats. Wroblewski now all of a sudden up to his feet, but a solid mat return there.
It's a big
from
mat
Lucas
return.
Davison. Energizing the crowd here with 75 ticks on the clock.
Lucas once again getting that leg in. He's looking to turn Wroblewski on top. He knows how important this match is for the team and how badly he needs bonus points to put the Wildcats back into this dual meet. Wroblewski, on the other hand, doing a really good job keeping it close and not giving him those opportunities to score points in the third period.
Davison approaching 2 minutes of riding time now. Now with 45 seconds to go, he has a 4-2 advantage. Has really flipped the script, but now here's Wroblewski trying to build a base. Davison says no. Now with 30 seconds to go.
Wroblewski just got hit for stalling. His head's in the mat. Not doing too much on bottom, and you have to act on bottom. You have to work for your escape.
Now 20 seconds. Lucas Davison with over 2.5 minutes of riding time. Wroblewski hit with stalling again. Now it's 5-2 Lucas Davison. Now with 5, and Davison and the Wildcats get a much-needed victory here at the heavyweight. Lucas Davison, a 6-2 win over Matt Wroblewski. So Illinois' lead now cut to 4. Doesn't seal the deal for Northwestern. However, if you're Illinois, a win would be great to add to your lead. You have a 4-point lead now. So Renteria of Illinois has his team inching close to victory. Now Michael DiAugustino.
This is one of those matches that shows how wrestling's not just Oh, that'll get stopped. You're fighting not just for yourself, but for your team, for a team victory. And those team bonus points matter so much in these tight Big Ten dual meets.
And DiAgostino and Renteria back and forth with some scrappiness here in this opening minute.
DiAgostino in on 2 shot attempts there. Renteria just clamping down in the hand fight, trying to move around, frustrate DiAgostino.
DiAgostino trying to go in on a single leg. Solid defense there from the Illinois 125-pounder.
Ducked under attempt by Renteria. Mike comes up in an underhook.
Both wrestlers scoreless with over a minute and 15 gone. Nice snap down there from Renteria.
Mike in on another shot, and Renteria in a position to score here.
Renteria.
Good defense from DiAgostino on the edge, and they'll go out of bounds.
Nothing goes from there from Renteria,
who is in on a reshot effort off of DiAgostino's attack. Similar storyline to last match. DiAgostino's looking for bonus points, but he's just got to chip away. He's got to build a lead, establish himself in the match, look for solid offense, because Renteria is just trying to frustrate him here. He's showing his quick footwork, not letting DiAgostino get in close, get into the ties that he wants. And he's wrestling the way that his team wants him to right now, which is stingy.
Renteria has been scrappy and has been a nuisance when it comes to DiAgostino building any offensive mobility. DiAgostino tried to go in for something, and Renteria once again saying that's not going to happen. Now with 35 seconds remaining here in period 1, we're still scoreless. Renteria trying to go inside. DiAgostino does the same. Out of bounds. The difference in atmosphere between the Illinois bench and the Northwestern bench. Now with 20 remaining. Nice snap down there from Renteria. 15 to go here in period 1. Renteria had a shot attempt there. Now with 10 seconds. Get another snap down here with 5. Both wrestlers on their feet, and the first period buzzer will sound. Still scoreless here at 1:25.
DiAgostino quick up to his feet, gets his escape, despite Renteria's big mat return effort. And now DiAgostino's in with this right side underhook. Renteria trying to push him out on the edge. Just staying frustrating again.
DiAgostino on the board first. Renteria thwarting any of the offense from Michael DiAgostino. 30 seconds gone here in period number 2. Once again, both wrestlers gridlocked. Northwestern needs bonus points and the win to secure the victory. A stalemate is called with 1:19 to go. Worthy enough to get you a win here. Now Renteria with some hand fakes.
If you're Illinois, you're definitely liking how this match is going so far. Renteria has been able to frustrate Mike's offense from neutral. Another long shot attempt from Mike. Renteria just able to dance away from it.
Renteria, solid on-foot defense from the long shots that Michael DiAgostino has been posing against the Illinois wrestler all match. Now with 45 seconds remaining here in period number 2. Still a 1-0 advantage for Michael DiAgostino. Renteria showing some defensive prowess.
Another long shot attempt by Mike. Reshot effort from Renteria. No takedown though.
That almost spelled danger for Michael DiAgostino now with 20 seconds remaining, as Renteria was there for the reshot attempt. Snap down there coming. Now here's Michael DiAgostino trying to get 2 points in, trying to will his way back with Renteria inbounds. Trying, the crowd calling for 2 points. However, the Illinois faithful loving it.
And going into the third period, up only 1-0. Michael needs to be looking to score some points here. I mean, he needs to win this match, period, and then think about bonus points. But so far, he's got legs in. Renteria stretched out on the mat, just kind of clamping up, trying to stifle DiAgostino's offense from the top position. His head's in the mat. Expect a stalling call against the Illinois wrestler coming up.
Now 30 seconds gone here in period number 3. A crucial match-deciding period with Michael DiAgostino. A 1-0 advantage. The ref not willing to call a stalling call on Maximo Renteria.
And now Renteria is in a position, a danger position, has Michael kept caught on his back.
That's 4 big points from Maximo Renteria.
And now DiAgostino's down by 4 points.
Now Renteria and DiAgostino. Does DiAgostino have any last-second magic? DiAgostino and Renteria, scrappiness on display, under 30. Renteria trying to get
DiAgostino puts him to his back.
Now on his back, Renteria giving up back points here. Now with 10 seconds remaining here, a minute of riding time for Michael DiAgostino. Now with 5. And the match will conclude. 1 point there for Michael DiAgostino.
And Mike will actually lock in that major decision victory, get those bonus points for the team, and tie up the team score. It'll go to a tiebreaker.
Now, it's a 10. It says 10-1 decision, but Renteria
in that position, Mike was in fact getting back points. I believe
wow.
Sam and I were mistaken.
And the final 17-17, just the third tie in series history. 49-34-3 this series goes to.